Hey guys, it's Travix here, just doing a quick guide for combat rogues in 5.4 Siege of Orgrimmar patch. You're going to want to get 7.5% hit followed by 7.5% expertise, and then you want to go haste over mastery equals crit. So mastery and crit are that close in combat that it doesn't really matter what you're going to go for, so play it as you see fit. It doesn't really matter what you go, but you want haste first because that's where energy regeneration comes from. For talents as your combat rogue, in your level 15 tier you're going to go Shadow Focus. It's going to let you get an ambush off for cheaper in stealth at the start of every fight. Level 30 you want combat readiness. These other ones aren't really going to do that much because the way I play combat I use it in fights where I'm against adds a lot. So we want combat readiness in case you happen to pull thread on a couple of things, you can hit combat readiness and stay alive that little bit longer. The same way that elusiveness is going to help you. Paired with the Glyph of Feint, this is a really strong talent. So you want to go elusiveness, especially if you know the fight. If you don't know the fight too much and there's a couple of sort of one-hit mechanics where you could possibly die instantly, go for cheat death. That's going to keep you alive in case you do happen to get hit. But elusiveness is better when you do know the fight and you know that you're not going to get hit by those things. Level 60, you want Burst of Speed. It's really OP. You're going to be able to keep it up all the time, moving a lot faster, being able to move in and out of things faster, changing targets faster, etc. Shadow Step's nice. It's got a 20-second cooldown, Burst of Speed doesn't, so you can keep it up the whole time. Level 75, Paralytic Poison is really good. As I said, I only use combat on fights where there's adds, such as Galcarus and, let's say, Garrosh. There's a lot of ads going around. Stunning those ads is just going to make it a lot easier for people to get it under control, and this Paralytic Poison is going to stun the ads randomly without you having to do anything different. And with the Glyph of Blade Flurry, our offhand poison is going to be applied a lot more, so this is a really good glyph. Level 90, you want Anticipation. It's going to help a lot when you're using your cooldowns because you're going to be spamming the shit out of your Sinister Strike and you don't know when it's going to crit, when it's not, when you're going to get extra combo points. You just want to max combo points, so Anticipation for combat is a definite, I believe. For glyphs, we're going to go Redirect for our main so we can move our combo points around. We're going to go Feint, as I said, in the talents, so that it's possible for Feint to last a little bit longer, therefore you take less damage. And you want to go Blade Flurry, especially when you're using your talent Paralytic Poison. Glyph of Blade Flurry is going to make it so that you're able to stun more ads quicker, and it's just going to be overall better for your raid and for you. You're also going to want to get the minor glyph, Glyph of Killing Spree. This is going to put you in the same place when you use your Killing Spree, so that if you've jumped around a couple of mobs, you're going to be on the same one that you're targeting anyway, and you're ready to spam up your Sinister Strike straight away. For weapons in combat, your main hand is going to be a slow one, so I'm using a fist weapon. It is 2.6 speed. Stats doesn't really matter, obviously you're going for hit, expertise, then haste. If you have those, get other things. And for your offhand, you're going to want to use it as a stat stick, basically, so the highest item level you can get with the best stats on it. I'm using a dagger at the moment. It doesn't really matter because it's going to put on my poisons, and it's going to proc Dancing Steel on my trinkets just as often as a slower weapon would. So you really want to go for a stat stick. Combat rogues have three main cooldowns. They have Adrenaline Rush and Shadow Blades, which you want to macro together as they have the same cooldown and they work well together. And Killing Spree you're going to want to use on its own. We also have Vanish and Preparation, and using your Shadow Focus talent, this is going to be able to give you an ambush for 15 energy at the start, and whenever you use your Vanish. So that is a great thing to have. The reason you want to use Killing Spree at a different time to your other cooldowns is, once you use your Killing Spree, if I can use it here, you're going to jam away, and then you'll notice if you're watching the cooldown, that every time you use a finisher, your cooldown gets shortened. So as you're going, and you're using your spells, your Killing Spree is slowly getting quicker and quicker on the cooldown. Now, if you have everything up, and you pop Shadow Blades and Adrenaline Rush, you're going to be using lots and lots of finishes very quickly. So the cooldown on Killing Spree is going to be a lot shorter. So you really want to have Killing Spree on cooldown when you use your Adrenaline Rush and Shadow Blades macro. You also want to keep Preparation on cooldown because, as I said, when you Vanish you can get an ambush off for 15 energy, and Preparation is just going to put it back up. I will put the macro. Spells you're going to use in your cooldown are Sinister Strike. It's a straight damage attack and generates combo points for you. Revealing Strike is going to put a debuff on the boss that you really want to keep up 100% of the time, It's going to make your Sinister Strikes do extra combo point generation, and your finishing moves are going to be doing more damage, so this is something you really want to keep up all the time. Also, Slice and Dice is something you want to keep up all the time. As a combat rogue, your energy regeneration comes from your hits, so that's why we go Haste, and that's why we need Slice and Dice to be up all the time. If you're fighting single target, you'll also want Rupture to be up. The damage bonus from Rupture is not really that much, so if you're having trouble keeping it up, just drop it out of your rotation completely and use Eviscerate instead. But if you're doing fine, keep using Rupture. If you are using Blade Flurry, then don't use Rupture. If you're using Blade Flurry, you want to be using Eviscerate because it's going to be hitting more targets, so you don't want to be using Rupture. Other than that, you've got Revealing Strike up, Slice and Dice up, Rupture up, and then you want to Eviscerate if you've got those three up. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about Blade Flurry. If you've got one or two targets, one target you want Blade Flurry off, so that you're going to be doing more damage because your energy comes back quicker, you're going to be using Rupture when you have one target. Two or more targets, Blade Flurry is going to be on all the time. Pick your targets wisely though, like during Spoils of Pandaria, you want to be careful with your Killing Spree Blade Flurry. Sometimes I'll be turning a Blade Flurry off just to use Killing Spree, and then turning it back on to go back into the ads. That way I'm not jumping around, I'm not hitting bombs, I'm not going into AoE things and all those sort of bad things that you don't want to be doing. You also, when you're Blade Flurrying, when you have Blade Flurry active, you don't want to be using Rupture, you want to be using Eviscerate because that's going to hit the other ones. And Adrenaline Rush Shadow Blades is always good to have up when you're Blade Flurrying. It's a really OP cooldown for getting it back up, but always make sure that Killing Spree is on cooldown before you use these, because it's going to make Killing Spree's cooldown a lot quicker. Okay, a Combat Rogues rotation. We're going to start in Stealth. We've got our weapons on, we've got our poisons on, we've got Deadly Poison in our main hand, and Paralytic, as that's the talent we're using in our offhand, even though it's going to do nothing here, but we're going to use it anyway. You're going to start with Ambush. You want Revealing Strike straight away, Slice and Dice. Then we're going to get our cheeky little Sinister Strikes going, and then we're going to Rupture on 5. Now we're going to Killing Spree. You want to Killing Spree when you have lower energy as well. Now's a good time to use Shadow Blade's Adrenaline Rush, and you're going to be spamming really quick here. So don't worry too much about if your things fall off, because you really want to be getting as many finishes as you can. Now you'll notice my Killing Spree is almost up again. So we're going to Rupture. Don't worry about Slice and Dice, we don't need it. We've got Killing Spree. So we're going to Killing Spree. And then we're going to Slice and Dice because we want to keep it up no matter how many combo points we have. And now, Revealing Strike, we're going to Eviscerate, then we're going to Vanish. Get a cheeky little ambush off. We're waiting for Rupture to get down a bit low, we're going to Rupture, keep spamming, Prep, Ambush, Eviscerate, keeping Slice and Dice up, Adrenaline Rushes up, spam the shit out of everything again. Keep your Revealing Strike up, it's important. Now we're going to Rupture. Waiting. If you're looking at your Rupture and it's going to be down soon, but you still have combo points, you still have a bit of energy, or you have really low energy, you just want to sit there and wait. So I've got 6 at the moment, I'm getting my energy back, it might cap here, but we can wait. We don't need our Rupture to be up straight away, but we do want to use our Killing Spree when it's up straight away. Killing Spree does a lot of damage, so we really want to use it straight away. Now Shadow Blades is up again. As you can see, once you start getting a little bit of gear and a little bit more haste, your cooldowns come off cooldown extremely quick. So you really want to be on top of those 2 cooldowns all the time that you can. 2 cooldowns because obviously Adrenaline Rush is macroed with Shadow Blades. Killing Spree's up, Killing Spree. So basically keep Slice and Dice up, doesn't matter how many points. Keep Revealing Strike up 100% of the time, keep Rupture up 100% of the time if it's single target at 5 combo points. See, we're going to lose Rupture here, but that's alright, only for a short amount. Couple of combo points, didn't lose Slice and Dice. Your energy comes back from your offhand hits, so that's why Haste is the best. It's going to make you get more offhand hits, and Slice and Dice keeping it up is obviously going to give you more offhand hits as well. Now we've got a little bit of a problem. Our adrenaline rush is down. Our killing spree is down. So we're going to hang out. We're going to wait until killing spree's up. And then we're going to use killing spree. Like I said, when you use a finisher, your cooldowns become shorter. So you really want to wait until killing spree's up to use it first before using adrenaline rush, because the amount of finishes that you're going to get off is going to drop the cooldown significantly and let you use it again sooner. See, now that's dropped my killing spree from 1.4 minutes down to 15 seconds. That's how handy it is. And when we rupture, it's going to be up. Use it again. You don't need slice and dice to be active while you're doing this. You can come straight out of it into a slice and dice, keeping revealing strike up. And that's basically how you do combat rogue. Vanish, ambush, keep spamming. It's a little bit trickier than assassination. It's also fun. It's really, really, really strong for fights where you're going to have adds up. Say Galcarus, Garrosh, Spoils of Pandaria, definitely. Other than that, I usually go single targets while we're playing, or let's say sub most of the time. But combat, I always switch into combat for certain fights because it's really handy to have. So if you want to be really into PvP and you want to be playing 2 specs, combat is one you're going to want to take. Definitely. It's really, really strong for ad fights. Anyways, guys, we're doing about, what's that say? 177k. My gear's gotten a little bit better since my assassination. I recently got my Harem's Talisman, which is a really, really good trinket, obviously. But I think that's pretty damn strong for dummy DPS. Especially with no buffs, I'm just self-buffed. And this is my guide for combat rogues. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be doing a sub-guide sometime in the next week. I've already got assassination guide up, and I've got a couple of kill videos up, so if you want to have a look at them, feel free. I'm going to be doing some tip videos once I finish doing my guides, so just some overall tips for rogues. A lot of them will be in my guides already, but I'm just going to reiterate them in one sort of place, just to let everyone know that there's a couple of little things you can do to make it easier to keep your rotation up, make it easier to do more damage and stay alive. I hope you guys have a good day. This is Travix, and I am out.